Yannick Sinner will be forced to the sidelines for 3 months, striking a deal with the World Anti-Doping Agency after 2 positive drug tests.
But it certainly infuriated many, including Nick Kyrgios, the Aussie, describing it as a sad day, saying fairness in tennis does not exist. OK, let's dive in. And for more, we're joined this morning by Nine commentator John Millman. John, this is massive news overnight. What's your initial reaction, first and foremost?
Yeah, look, it was one of surprise, wasn't it, Stanners? I mean, you were at the Australian Open and the rumour mill was running rife there. There was a big talk that he was potentially going to be banned for a year. To see the only 3-month ban has got a lot of people surprised.
So, John, talk to me. He won't miss a Grand Slam because it's only 3 months. How come Sinner's camp gets to negotiate this?
Well, it does feel a bit convenient, doesn't it, that he doesn't have to miss any of those important Grand Slam opportunities. He'll actually be able to play in Rome at the Masters event there, his home tournament. I think this is where the frustration lies with a lot of the players. We feel as if maybe there's a little bit of inconsistencies. Some players that don't have the profile that Yannick Sinner aren't afforded the same opportunities to have their case heard, to have their case trialled in such a quick manner. I think that's where the frustrations lie in this one.
I guess when you talk inconsistencies, you think Simona Halep, Nicholas Jarry, Dan Evans, they'd all like treatment like this. And there has been accusations of double standards. In terms of WADA, they said overnight they believe Sinner didn't intend to cheat and the substances weren't performance enhancing. Is that your sort of reading? Yeah,
that is. Look, I'm Team Yannick with this one. And why I am is I'm going to go with the expert opinions that were assigned this case. And it was unanimous, wasn't it, that it wasn't performance enhancing. And who am I to question that? When you break it down, the performance enhancing substance that was in his system was 56,000 times smaller than a grain of salt. So they came to the conclusion that it wasn't performance enhancing. And I think we have to stick with that judgment, as did WADA.
I think you're right, though, Clint. I feel like there's been many athletes in the past where it's been a minimal amount and they've managed to they haven't been, afforded the opportunity to fight it and to negotiate. But look, John, we are seeing a lot of anger from the players this morning. Nick Kyrgios, Stan Wawrinka, they've come out and voiced their dismay. What does this mean for tennis? What's the big picture here?
Oh, look, everyone's entitled to their opinion, and we've got some opinionated players that come out there. Like I said, I'm probably part of Team Yannick here. I think that he's good for the game. I also think that he performed incredibly well given the circumstances. I think the game's bigger than 1 or 2 people, so it will move on. So much so that WADA is actually contemplating changing their ruling. So they're going to lift that threshold. If something that isn't performance enhancing that's in their substance that doesn't break a certain threshold, it won't even get to this stage. So I do think that there will be implications from this case. But in this sense, for me, I'm part of Team Sinner. I'm looking forward to see him dominate the world tennis stage again.
Just on Yannick Sinner, the person, I mean, he is a gentleman of the game. He's great to deal with. I mean, how will he be dealing with this? Because the tennis world is talking about him. Many people are sceptical about the situation. There's critics in the locker room. How will he handle it?
I think he's the Iceman, Clint, and we've seen that throughout 2024 and 2025. I mean, he's managed to win the biggest titles under enormous pressure and enormous tension. He is the Iceman. I think that he'll enjoy a 3-month little vacation, perhaps in the Dolomites where he's from. And I think he'll be refreshed and ready to go. And he's probably still the person to beat at Roland Garros.
John Millman, good to see you on Weekend Today. Thanks for joining us.